My name is Acting Sergeant Anthony Thompson, and I lead the community engagement team for District 3 for the Calgary Police Service. We're pleased to be here today to announce our relationship with Bridgeland Community Association with the opening of our community engagement link. As of mid-January, we came together to create a space for the residents of Bridgeland to come down here and to engage with us whenever they were able to. The link here will be opened. We're starting off opening here on Wednesdays. We'll be here from 10 till 3. This is an opportunity for the residents of Bridgeland to come down and just engage with us, talk about safety issues and things like that. Further to the engagement link, our patrol teams will have the ability to touch down in here and do some administrative duties or just have lunch and stuff like that as well. The purpose of this was for us to be able to be more of a consistent presence down in Bridgeland. By virtue, our district office is way up by North Hill Park there, and so we wanted to ensure that the residents were served equally as well as anybody else in our district here. So with our engagement link here being open and access to here, this will position us a little bit more consistently down into the area with the residents. As we set up here on our Wednesdays, it'll be initially rolled out just on Wednesdays. We further hope to open that a little bit more consistently to afford an option for people to come due to varying schedules from the public and what have you. While we are set up in here, we will have some engagement materials, proactive crime prevention tips and stuff like that that we can interact with people with as well. We are fortunate to have a great relationship with the Bridgeland Community Association. They've been very accommodating to us, and we are very much looking forward to this happening. Once again, this is just another way we are looking to engage with Calgarians, another way of community and police working together. So I'd like to now welcome Alex McWilliam, the president of the BRCA, to give a few words.
Thank you, Sergeant Thompson. I'm going to say Sergeant Thompson, not Acting Sergeant Thompson, it sounds. First off, I want to thank Sergeant Thompson and his team and the CPS for engaging with the Bridgeland-Riverside Community Association in this initiative. It's really exciting, and we're thrilled to be part of it. The link is going to be a great opportunity for the CPS and the residents and the businesses in our community to interact and to exchange information. And we believe that this is going to help to foster a safer and more connected community. We welcome the enhanced presence and accessibility of the CPS members in our community that's going to come with this engagement link. Bridgeland's a great community, or Bridge La La Land as we were known as a result of our sign on Memorial Drive. It is a great community, and we think that this partnership with CPS is going to allow Bridgeland to continue to be a great community. When I was thinking about what I might say this morning, for some reason, and I'm dating myself here, but the song from Sesame Street popped in my head about the people in your neighborhood. I don't know if anybody sort of remembers. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to sing it, but there was a line in there that went something like along the lines of, a policeman is a person in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood, in your neighborhood. A policeman is a person in your neighborhood, the people that you meet each day. And we're really hoping that this opportunity allows more of our residents to engage with CPS, to come in and meet them, to get to know them, to provide their views and their experiences, and to gain from the knowledge and the expertise and the information that CPS is going to provide. So we're really thrilled to have you here, and once again, thanks very much for doing this.
Welcome. Thank you.
We'll now take questions.
Anthony, question for you.
Sure.
How does this compare to, say, the East Village Safety Hub or the Downtown Safety Hub in terms of that mall?
This is more of an extroverted concept, or an inclusive concept, in the sense how the doors will be open and we're accessible to the public. So where they serve their purpose downtown, where they offer a space for the officers and other members of bylaw and stuff like that, a place for respite and just relax and do some administrative stuff, we are keeping the doors open. We are making ourselves completely accessible to the public here. So once again, it's not a hub, it's a link, and then that link is key, is that we're linking us to the community directly.
If the public has an issue, they want to file a complaint, do they still have to go to the district to do that, or can they come here to do that to the officers here?
They could come and talk to us about it there, and we can do what we can do from here. Administratively, we only have so much access to so many things here ourselves here. We'll assess it as they come in here and determine from there. However, first and foremost, we just want to make sure that we're available and accessible to people. Just come and ask us questions and stuff like that. And just with our presence with our patrol units around the facility as well.
You want to contextualize this, is this in itself kind of the end game, or what's the broader strategy? I mean, obviously, in this release, you're talking about concerns about crime, social disorder, and so on. So from the CPS perspective, kind of what's the overall strategy here? I mean, I'm assuming you folks are getting feedback from community members that are concerned about these two issues.
For sure. Presence is the overall strategy here, just to have a consistent presence here. So it's not just our presence here the one day a week, but the fact that we've opened it up to our patrol members as well to touch down here, take care of some administrative needs, have lunch, use the washroom facilities, stuff like that. It'll place us here, and they'll have access to here 24/7. So our members are issue have access to the building anytime that they're on patrol as well.
And for these people, like say the residents living here are having concerns about, maybe it's car break-ins or other issues, give it a sense. I mean, what is it that this offers for them? What can they do with this? How can they use this?
And sorry, can you just come in front of the mic?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What I believe it'll offer to them is the fact that just the presence of us here alone offers a sense of safety and security. Just a simple grassroots police presence in itself is just, I think, what they are looking for and after. Couple that with the fact that they are able to engage with us at any time. So the expectation is of the community that if one of our patrol members are parked here at any time, they have the ability to come knock on that door and talk to one of our members and ask them anything they should be curious about or anything like that. But we're enhancing it as well with our dedicated presence here. Like I say, at first once a week, and then we want to expand that out more to a few times a week, perhaps weekends, and stuff like that. So,
I was just going to say, from the community perspective, I think the value that the residents will add is we live here. We're here all the time. The businesses are here. We are pretty familiar with what goes on in the community. So there's also an opportunity for people to provide information to CPS about things that they may not be aware of just because they're not here all the time. And then also it's an opportunity for people that live here to get information from Sergeant Thompson and his team about things that they could be doing to maybe be more proactive, things that they could be doing to provide better security for their homes, their vehicles, their businesses, and take advantage of all the expertise that CPS has in that area.
If I may, for the both of you, just when we talk about crime and disorder concerns in the community, can you give us a sense specifically, what are some of the more common or more pressing issues that you're hearing from residents that they're concerned about?
well, probably just social disorder, just certain behaviors, people, suspicious people in the neighborhood and stuff like that. That's probably our most common thing around here. Bridgeland, it's not just here, it's everywhere, right? However, we wanted to ensure that because of, once again, logistically of where our district office is positioned, we wanted to make our presence a little bit more consistent down here as well. So it's just to facilitate more of that presence with the community down here.
Is the lack of a downtown police station, could that have played a part in the need to set up something with more physical presence?
No, that's a completely different district, so we don't really get involved with District 1 business or anything like that. We listen to our community. The community spoke loud and clear to us. We formed this partnership, this collaboration, to serve the needs of Bridgeland. It wasn't so much based on the downtown core or its issues down there or what's going on there. This was 100% to listen and serve the needs of Bridgeland.
Aaron mentioned there are hubs in East Village and downtown, but are there any other links in other Calgary communities, or is this kind of like a first?
This will be the first one, I believe, yeah. So Calgary used to have its community police stations back in the day. Kensington had one. Riverbend had their community police station. So, but those were more front counter operations where you could come and do police reports and stuff like that. This so much won't be along those lines yet. Who knows what it may evolve into one day. However, for now, we just wanted to be available to listen to the residents here and their concerns.
And do you think this is enough? Like, we see the positive side of you guys having a presence here, but you're mentioning like the district office is far away. So, I mean, ultimately, is this kind of a patchwork of like cops and community center? Would it be better if there was a district office here to address, or what do you think?
I can't really answer that. There's a lot of resources and things that go into policing, right? It's a big machine, right? So this collaboration with us we're very mindful of how we spend the public's money and stuff like that. So this collaboration was key in the sense how this is a net zero cost to the public and to us as a service, right? But yet at the opposite of that, we're completely serving the community 100% through this.
I mean, a question for both of you. I mean, District 3 is not necessarily the most friendly building up on Northbound Drive there. This seems like a lot more friendly building. Is the philosophical goal here really to help break down those barriers that people have going to a district office and maybe make it a little bit easier for people to interact with police officers?
100%, yeah. District offices aren't exactly known to be welcoming place in the world, right? So they're very sterile and what have the way they're set up, right? Whereas this, we wanted to provide a very inclusive space where people felt comfortable to come and share and whatever. I'll give you an example. I've been here 2 Wednesdays now to open up our field. Just kind of soft start, see how it went, right? I've had a number of people come through here. And even a lot of those people didn't even have police concerns. They just wanted a place and come and talk. You know, at the end of the day, we're just a soft place to land and some friendly ears that are here to listen to people as well, so.
Just a clarification and then a question. So just to be clear here then, so this notion, this idea, this model here, the community engagement link, CPS and the community, this is a first of its kind here in the city. Is that correct? We can say that. Okay.
Yes.
And second of all, if I can just circle back to this, just the origins of this. Why here? Was it simply, was it a geography issue, a distance issue, or was it something about this community where you're identifying more in the way of crime and social disorder concerns? Why are you doing it here?
Well, primarily it's a geography issue, right? Because our access and our ability to be down here consistently is a little bit, I wouldn't say hindered. We are a little bit further away from here than any other point in our district and what have you. So our ability to be down here and our presence, yeah, that was the goal here at the end of the day. Circle back, am I answering your question? It was just having a consistent presence down here to be part of the community and slowly just weave our way into the fabric of the community here just by having a simple presence here.
Is this a pilot project? Are you considering doing this for other communities?
Well, we've signed a 1-year lease with the BRCA, so we'll gauge it and we'll run some matrix on it and we'll make sure that moving forward it continues to be a success, and we'd like to see it continue and we'll move from there.
But it wasn't crime or social disorder issues primarily that was the motivation for this?
Oh no, crime and social disorder affects everywhere in the city, right? So it wasn't just specifically here because of that, but we had to try something different, right? So, you know, engagement, you know, we heard from the citizens in our citizen survey that Calgarians wanted more proactive engagement from their police service. That's what we want to offer through this. So we want to kind of set this as a pilot. If it's successful, then other districts hopefully will take a look at this as well as a model and adopt it in other districts as well.
How do you measure success for something like this?
Engagement. So we track our engagement. People coming, we're not recording what we're talking about unless we need to or whatever like that. But yeah, as we set up here, our patrol officers are very well aware. They let us know as well. We have a system set up that they're making us aware of when they're dealing and talking with people and just what kind of things we're managing out of here. And I think at the end of the day, we'll know with our collaboration with the BRCA what feedback they're getting from their community as well, and we'll take that.
Just to follow up on those questions, I suppose, is there any data or statistics that show, say, calls for service in these communities are up in the last year or so, or that response times to these communities are higher? I'm just trying to understand exactly how these communities specifically were chosen.
Yeah, I don't have those numbers in front of me, unfortunately, right now. But however, calls for service up, you know what? They're on average, like I'm familiar with the 5-year averages throughout District 3. This is where my home district is. So consistently across the board, those numbers are consistent. Are they a little bit more of an uptick in Bridgeland comparatively to other districts? Yeah, a little bit more. I wouldn't say extremely more or anything like that. However, yeah, they're on just proximity to downtown, the accessibility here from downtown and stuff like that. For sure, the numbers are a little bit more down in here. So, yeah.
And another question for Alex. I'm wondering if you can provide any specific examples of what you've heard from businesses or residents about calls, whether it's social disorder, theft, whatever it may be. What have you been hearing specifically that prompted this?
Well, we've been hearing more from our businesses and our residents concerns about social disorder. As Sergeant Thompson alluded to, the C-train station is just down the road here. That's kind of an entry and exit point for some of the social disorder. We've seen an increased interest in those issues to the point where we now have a dedicated director on our board of directors. He's here today, Jess Huffman, and he's been very involved in getting a better relationship with CPS, being not that we were in disagreement or anything, but just being more in contact with the people at CPS. So it's through his efforts and CPS's initiative. The point is, the district office is up at the Winter Club, near the Winter Club, and we're way down here. And historically, we may have been served out of downtown. We sort of view ourselves as a downtown inner city neighborhood. So we're really happy that CPS has taken this step to kind of get a little bit closer to us and learn more about us, and we think that's really going to be a good thing. But short answer to your question is yes, we've been seeing more concerns about the issues. That we just got the report a couple of days ago. There's an information session, I think, tomorrow night on
It's a town hall, yeah.
and break and enter numbers for Bridgeland are actually down from where they were last year. But if you look at them compared to a lot of other communities that are sort of further away from the inner city, they're kind of high. So things sort of go up and down, and a lot of the issues don't get reported to CPS, and we're trying to encourage people to do that because we know how you need to have those sorts of statistics. It drives a lot of things in terms of how neighborhoods are policed. So we want people to contact CPS, even if it's a non-emergency situation, through the non-emergency line, to report suspicious behavior or unpleasant interactions and those sorts of things, because they need that information. It really is integral to how you police.
So to be clear then on this is about geography. In fact, this is a community that's further from the district office. That was one of the drivers behind this. Second of all, also concerns in the community from social disorder and crime. And are we missing any kind of key points on this? I know there's more than that. But
Yeah, I think that's primary, right? We try to engage with the community the best we can to get feedback from them, what they're concerned about, as best we can, right? Unfortunately, sometimes, like Alex was saying, that those people, we don't want to bother the police. We don't want to inconvenience them, and we're out there blind a lot of the time, right? So the whole goal is just providing another place, an opportunity for them to just come let us know. They don't want to be bothered by the 266, 1234, or whatever. However, someone will be here to listen to them.
who approached who on this idea? Was it the community association approaching police?
Yeah, it was a go. So so it was Jess that approached our service there, and and said, hey, we have a space available, and so we enacted that. We took that as an opportunity to build on, and lo and behold, here we are.
And you would consider this a pilot project then?
I would.
Okay, and with an assessment after a year?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And the rent is very favorable, $1.
Yeah.
This is the space here?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Our patrol members will have access to downstairs to the kitchen area and stuff like that for lunches and stuff like that. However, this will be our primary space. We'll have some signage going up shortly here. Unfortunately, we couldn't have it for the event today. And then as our team touches down here on our Wednesday engagements and further engagements, we'll have some A-frame signage out there as well. Just some prevention and awareness tips for the public as well. And as an indicator, know that we're here and available to talk to.
Does this mean more officers statistically now here in the community, or will it be the same status quo for that, or what's
No, more. We like more of a consistent presence, I would say. Not more physical officers, but more of the same officers just consistently down here on a regular basis. All hours, 24 hours.
Anthony, this is the second major pilot from District 3. I mean, I think it's fair to say we don't hear a lot about other pilot programs in other districts lately.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in your district that makes you guys a little bit different than everybody else?
We have an amazing management team, and we like to think outside the box. So they've been very supportive. We've been pitching some ideas and stuff like that. And we took the citizen survey to heart, and they really want that engagement piece from our service, right? And so we're like, how can we do things differently, right? So let's take a different think around this, right? And so hence we have the community, mobile community engagement van that's out in mobile now, and now with the link here as well, right? So yeah, and this isn't the only space we're looking at District 3. There's other potential spots as well we're looking at as well down the road.